Hey guys, what's up? It's Kendall again, and welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. We are continuing this series with the Queen of Wands. Next week we got the Kings, and then we will finally end the series with the Cup suit. So make sure you are subscribed to me if you want to continue this in learning tarot with me. If you missed any of my other videos, I do have a playlist of Tarot Tuesdays where we go over every single card of the deck, learn it together, go deep dive into it, and there's even some fun make looks in those too. So if you're interested in those, the playlist is linked below. But let's go ahead and hop into the Queen of Wands. First things first, our queen energy is always strong and almost like a leader. Typically on every single suit, the queen is sitting in some kind of throne. And as you see on the Queen of Wands, she's sitting in a throne, all right? She's got her wand in her hand. She's got a cape over draping her shoulders. There's a little black cat by her feet, depending on what deck you have. And we can just see that overall, she is a symbol of strength. And of course, our wands is typically associated with fire. So she's got that fiery energy about her. There's also sunflowers around her, again, depending on what card you have. Sunflowers, typically we represent flowers as femininity, kind of just overall happiness and growth and fertile energy. So just nurturing and taking care of things so they can grow, of course. And then in her right hand, she has her wand, which obviously indicates the wand suit here. But we also have that black cat, right? So this is where my interpretation of the card gets a little bit different than other people's. So the black cat is typically associated with witchcraft or the occult. For me, I think of a black cat as a spiritual representation of those things. So for me, the black cat symbolizes spirituality in the card. And it doesn't just have to be witchcraft or occultism. This could just mean our overall spirituality. And I'll get more into that as we go through the card. So as we talked about in the wand series, the wands are really about our energy, right? So how we show up in the world, how confident we are in ourselves, how much we push through our boundaries and protect what we've worked so hard for. And as we get to the Queen of Wands, it's really about just this positive, uplifting energy of the queen, but also she is so sure of herself and so sure of how hard she has worked to get where she is now that sometimes it may come off as self-absorbed energy, but it's just overwhelming confidence. Because if you think back to the wand series that we went through, Ace through Knight of Wands, we had chaos, we had some battles, we had standing up for ourselves, we had creating boundaries. So very rightfully so, when we get to the Queen of Wands, she's going to be protective of everything that she just gone through in her wands journey to get to where she is now. So the positive energy she comes with is just like achievement and success and just feeling good, feeling passionate, continuing to stand up for herself and also stand up for others and really represent that fiery, passionate energy of just showing up and being completely confident. Another aspect to this card, when I pull it, depending on the context of the other cards, when the Queen of Wands is upright, sometimes I ask people, are you religious? And what does your spiritual practices look like? Because it looks like they're probably very strong, or you manifest or you pray a lot because of that black cat energy and also just the fiery energy of the queen. Typically, when we get very passionate and confident and all those things, we are doing things for ourselves too, because remember, she's fiery and very, very sure of herself. Typically, we know what we want out of life, right? And the black cat is here, which to me is like spiritually, we're really in tune with that in order to continue our journey in the wand series of really knowing what we want and what we bring to the table. So let's talk about the Queen of Wands in a love reading. When we pull the Queen of Wands in a love reading, if this is representing the person that you're reading for or their partner or whatever, it usually represents a person who is so confident in themselves. They know what they desire, they know what they want, they know what they bring to the table. They're very much so okay with being independent, okay? They don't need the other person to really survive. Their energy is just very much like, hey, what's up? I'm Kendall, I'm compassionate, I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm loyal. What do you bring to the table? Because this is what I bring. And there is no worrying about things, because it's like the self-assurance of knowing your confidence and being like, you know what, if you're single doing this, like if you don't vibe with me, that's cool, on to the next one. It's just having that overall confidence in yourself when it comes to your relationship, whether it's you're in a long-term relationship, dating and single or freshly into a relationship, the energy is just very courageous and just self-confidence. And we love that because if you are single, you're gonna draw a lot of people in because of your confidence. So tune into that. And if you're in a relationship, it can draw you and your partner super close because your partner may see you as this confident being, as just like, dang, she knows who she is. She is so confident. That is my partner right there. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels good to have someone around who's so sure of themselves. And not only that, but usually in confidence is increased intimacy between you guys. So great card to pull in a love reading. It's just really representing that independent person who's so sure of themselves and confident and just brings the positive energy and just, I can't say anything but just confidence. And spiritually, if you guys feel like if the intuition is more of a spiritual feeling for the Queen of Wands in a love reading, just know that they probably have a spiritual center of the relationship and that they should continue to use that, or that spiritual energy of manifestation or prayer, whatever it is for that person, is a key component to the relationship being as positive as it is. Queen of Wands in a career reading, this typically means that your career is going great. You're confident when you go into work. You're positive about how you show up. You are starting to impact others in the same way. It's almost like the Six of Wands energy, but even more elevated with like people recognizing you and things like that. But it's more of like you impact the people around you at work. You're so confident in what you do that it makes them feel confident in what they do. Do you know what I mean? And then again, if you want to go into like the spiritual side of things, you may have been kind of either manifesting with God or spirit guides, guardians, whoever you talk to spiritually. You may have been manifesting or praying to them about career and things, and it's working. It's just a really positive card overall. You're also just confident in your work, the work that you put out, the work that you do. You love it, you're good at it, and you're a great leadership role in it as well. Whether it's a management role or not, you still show your leadership. And when we pull the Queen of Wands in a financial read, this just means that your financial decisions are very strong and confident. You probably make very confident decisions on how it is you're spending your money. And I mean that in the sense of you aren't going out and being like, I want that car, so I'm gonna buy it. It's more of like, hey, I've been looking at this car. I've been saving this much for the down payment. This is what I can afford. So I'm gonna go in there now and make the decision to get it because I know I can afford it. Finances, you're just making really smart, confident decisions that make sense for you and your financial goals and needs. All right, guys. And then lastly, the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is the exact opposite. You're maybe feeling self-conscious. You're maybe even a little selfish. This could be in general. This could be in love. This could be in career, finance, whatever. Making bad financial decisions, lack of motivation in your career, selfishness in your career, being jealous of your partner, being self-conscious can make us jealous sometimes or just overlook our partner or start arguments in our relationships. It's just that lack of confidence that's going on. And it's almost like we just don't show up in a leadership position anymore, whether it's love, career, finance, whatever. And it's more of like we are either self-absorbed or self-conscious. Or if you want to look at the spiritual aspect like I do with the Queen of Wands, when it's reversed, it means that we are lacking or not into our spiritual self as much as we should be. And usually I say like you need to start manifesting more, you need to start praying more, you need to burn a candle, like you need to tap into your spiritual side to help you figure out yourself and what's going on internally for your energy. Okay, because Wands is very personal, I feel like, and it's very personal on how we are affecting our outside world, and it's how we are representing ourselves as well and how we feel about ourselves. So when the Queen of Wands is reversed, you got to think we're losing that leadership aspect, we're losing that like self-confidence aspect as well, and now it's like you're unsure about yourself, you're not confident in yourself, and that's going to affect the people around you as well. So just be cautious of this when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, and also just encourage your client or yourself, whoever you're reading for, to tap into that manifestation, prayer, candle work, whatever it is for them, just to help them kind of figure that part of themselves out, because it does need attention. Let me know what you think the Queen of Wands energy brings down below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another one. If you are interested, I'm gonna switch up Thursday's makeup post, and it's gonna be more of a vlog. I tried. It's not gonna be a very good vlog in my opinion. It's very newbie, okay? It's very, I don't know. I'm gonna try to edit it so it's fun to watch, but you guys let me know, okay? I will see you on Thursday, but that's gonna do it for the Queen of Wands, guys. I will see you in the next one. Love ya.